Welcome to BOJTV Trending News for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with sports and local weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news. Man who attacked police in Crossroads arrested. Firearm and ammunition seized in Westmoreland. And Scotiabank to spend over $1.5 billion to transform downtown Kingston head office. Now the details. The man who is alleged to have attacked, injured and disarmed a policeman of his service firearm yesterday at the Crossroads police station in Kingston is now in police custody. According to a statement by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the accused was captured this morning during an operation in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The man is said to be a security guard who goes by the name Romario Kevin Abrahams. The police say Abrahams will be facing several charges. Initial reports from the Crossroads police are that Abrahams went to the station at approximately 1 p.m. to give a statement and submit a medical report in a case of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. While being assisted, he reportedly attacked and disarmed the police officer and quickly made his escape. One parabellum 9mm pistol along with 5 9mm rounds of ammunition was seized by the police in Negril, Westmoreland on Thursday, August 22. One man was taken into custody in connection with the seizure. Reports from the Negril police are that a team of officers was on an operation in the area when they were alerted to the transportation centre where a dispute involving a firearm was in progress. On their arrival, the area was searched and the firearm and ammunition found beneath a house in the vicinity. The identity of the man taken into custody is being withheld pending further investigations. Scotiabank is investing upwards of $1.5 billion in the coming months to transform its head office on Port Royal Street in downtown Kingston to make it more customer-centric and technology-driven. This is in addition to the capital works now being undertaken at the said location, where the bank is consolidating its downtown Kingston branch network after deciding to close its King Street branch and to expand the Port Royal Street branch into Scotia Centre flagship branch. Scotiabank President and Chief Executive Officer CEO David Nowell disclosed in an interview with the Caribbean Business Report that the infrastructure works on the head office will start as soon as the new Scotia Centre branch is completed in the coming weeks. He indicated that when completed, the head office will be a completely transformed building. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism Jennifer Griffith says plans are advanced for the establishment of a tourism workers' pension scheme by early 2020. She advised that details pertaining to the accompanying Tourism Workers' Pension Act regulations and recruitment of personnel to manage the scheme's investment and operations are being finalized. Ms. Griffith says other components of a scheme is to be developed, including the recruitment of a fund manager and administrator and appointment of a board of trustees. She advised that the board will comprise persons with requisite expertise to spearhead the process of administering the scheme and provide oversight. The National Environmental and Planning Agency NEPA on Wednesday held a meeting with 14 representatives from 6 municipal corporations from Western and Central Jamaica on the proposed Cockpit Country Protected Area. Several mayors, chief executive officers and other senior municipal representatives from some 7 parishes attended the meeting, along with representatives from the Ministry of Growth and Job Creation, Western Resource Authority and the Rural Agricultural Development Authority. NEPA says a meeting was convened to brief teams on the process adopted by the government in declaring the proposed boundaries, explain the accompanying initiative and action for areas outside the boundary. The proposed areas span 6 parishes: Trelawney, St. Anne, St. James, Manchester, Clarendon and St. Elizabeth, and the area comprise of approximately 74 to 726 acres and will be protected under law. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region as well as our international stories, sports and local weather forecast. From across the region. Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith has begun introducing mobile detention buses to assist the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in conducting its operations. According to a statement from the TTPS, the detention buses will assist police officers in dealing with crowd control, riots, and at any occasion which warrants the TTPS to detain large numbers of persons for breaking the law. It added that the buses are not newly purchased. However, the TTPS has refurbished and outfitted these mobile detention buses for the transportation of persons who are detained by the police. In international news, a Jamaican man was detained for nearly 3 months in the United States after bringing in bottles of honey from the Caribbean island that custom agents mistakenly believed to be liquid methamphetamine. Leon Houghton had visited family back in Jamaica every Christmas since taking up residence in Maryland about a decade ago, the Washington Post said today. Houghton's long ordeal began December 29 at Baltimore-Washington International Airport when customs agents had a dog sniff his bags. Inside they found 3 bottles duly labeled as honey that Houghton, a 45-year-old father of 3, uses to sweeten his tea. According to the charging documents, the agents suspected him of transporting liquid methamphetamine and placed him in detention. Laboratory results for Maryland took more than 2 weeks to arrive. They were negative. Houghton thought that was the end of it. He was wrong. The bottles were sent to a second laboratory in Georgia after the first was judged to be insufficiently equipped to analyze the liquids. Although he had a green card granting him legal residence in the United States, Houghton's arrest set in motion a detention process with the U.S. Immigration Service. His lawyer had enormous difficulty contacting immigration authorities, and for good reason. The U.S. government had been partially shut down as a result of a budget impasse between President Donald Trump and Democrats over his demand for funding to build a wall on the border with Mexico. The test in Georgia, meanwhile, finally confirmed that Houghton was indeed transporting honey. He was freed on March 21, 82 days after he returned from vacation. Unable to work for 3 months and far from his children, Houghton lost his 2 jobs as a cleaner and construction worker. Over in our sporting report, Olympic sprint champion Elaine Thompson said American star Kristen Coleman's case of missed doping tests can teach athletes to be more responsible. Thompson, the women's 216 Olympic gold medalist over 100 and 200 meters, says reports this week of Coleman missing 3 drug tests within 12 months has opened a lot of us athletes' eyes. Athletes must notify anti-doping authorities of their whereabouts for testing without notice each day. Coleman, the fastest man this year, risks being banned from the World Championships starting next month in Qatar and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. On our local weather forecast for this afternoon, insignificant feature, a tropical wave is east of Jamaica. The tropical wave is expected to move across Jamaica this afternoon. Meanwhile, a trough will remain in the vicinity of the island over the next few days. The forecast for this afternoon will see widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly across sections of central and western parishes, partly cloudy elsewhere. Tonight, partly cloudy. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay today is 34 and 33 degrees Celsius respectively. That was BOJTV's Trending News, your top local, regional and international stories, as well as a sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching. Welcome to BOJTV Trending News for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with sports and local weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news. Man who attacked police in Crossroads arrested. Firearm and ammunition seized in Westmoreland. And Scotiabank to spend over $1.5 billion to transform downtown Kingston head office. Now the details. The man, who is alleged to have attacked, injured and disarmed a policeman of his service firearm yesterday at the Crossroads police station in Kingston, is now in police custody. According to a statement by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the accused was captured this morning during an operation in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The man is said to be a security guard who goes by the name Romario Kevin Abrahams. The police say Abrahams will be facing several charges. Initial reports from the Crossroads police are that Abrahams went to the station at approximately 1 p.m. to give a statement and submit a medical report in a case of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. While being assisted, he reportedly attacked and disarmed the police officer and quickly made his escape.